And still no image. And still no image.
Oh, we can see. We can see.
Okay. Now the only thing is, I see that comments have been turned off. I want to basically turn comments on. How do I?
I cannot hear myself.
The thing is, I see that comments
It's echoed.
Oh,
It's because he's got his phone.
It's
echoed.
turn on the volume. Is it better?
There you go.
Yeah.
Hola, Chad.
Oh, my cousin's in. What's up, Chad?
Hola,
I'm
¿cómo
trying
estás?
to figure out why
Well, comments are on.
comments are on, but it says comments are turned off through the
I have
YouTube.
to restart it because mine's is on. Volume check.
See, comments turned off.
Comments are on.
Testing, testing.
It might
You
just
can
be 'cause
hear
you're
us.
in the YouTube.
Comments are on, Jay.
Comments are on.
Yeah, it might be because you're in the YouTube.
Refresh
I mean,
your.
Chad
your-
is, having no difficulties commenting.
And he is on YouTube.
You know what? You guys are not helping, and you guys are making me feel incompetent, and that's not what.
You know,
Okay,
Jason,
now
I
we're good.
am just as incompetent as you are when it comes to this.
Yeah, but you're a girl, so you get away with it. People see you're incompetent, and then they.
The actual adapter for some reason.
You feel me?
All I hear
Hey,
is
can we-
Ben in the.
Switch out that adapter.
Can we raise up Ben's volume? I want to make sure he's good. Volume check. We're good. Yo, we are good. Okay, so Ben, tell us about your day so far, G.
You may continue.
So new job. Day's been pretty chilling. I work from home now, and my hours are from 7 to 3.
Are you beating your meat?
That's PM to AM.
She asked you a question, sure.
I'm
Sorry?
sorry. What did you say?
Are you beating your meat?
Am I beating my meat? No, not currently. I've already done enough of that today.
Hey,
Because
at least
all
you're
I hear is
honest.
the whatever sound
Oh,
it makes.
I'm in the middle of a thing. That's why. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. So again,
And you don't click when you masturbate. It's more about
Depending what
Oh
you
my
have.
God.
You
Listen,
don't? I thought you guys did.
you wouldn't
way off.
understand because you don't have a penis. So it's okay.
This is true.
not
Speaking
your
of
fault.
penis, you guys, I have a really funny story to tell you guys before we start. Okay,
Okay, it's
I
not funny to make fun of someone's penis. I'll have you know.
I'm not
They
making fun of
can't
your
change
penis,
that?
Ben. Okay, not everything's about you. God.
Ooh,
Anyways,
shit.
like I was saying, you guys, before I was really interrupted. When I was little, so I have an older brother, and when I was like
Hold on,
7,
where is this going?
no, it's very funny. When I was about 7 years old, and I know I'm not the only girl who was curious or thinks this, but I knew always that my brother peed standing up because he was different, and
He peed standing up.
because he had a penis.
Yeah.
At
he
that point, I was
supposed
like,
to
oh, he's a pee
standing
so he
up.
pees standing up. And I'm like, I want to pee standing up. So once when I was 7 years old, I went into the bathroom and I tried to pee standing up. I didn't actually pee, but I tried to find the position and I was like, is this the right way? And I literally tried to maneuver myself on top of my toilet. And I'm like, if I pee and I make a mess, my mom is going to be really mad. So I didn't. And I was really disappointed. And then it was at that point that I realized girls are different than boys.
On that note, this is one thing
Hey,
for
the-
sure,
Two things for certain.
What a way to break
They
it
need to
in.
teach that in school.
What?
They need to teach that story in schools. Like
Yeah.
you can't pee the same way as boys. There you
No.
go.
I
There's,
will.
I was a
there's
little
all the
jealous.
gender study
I'm
we
not gonna lie.
need.
I remember this in elementary school where, I don't know, you know how there's like one bathroom that you had to share between two classes, like the class was on the other
Yes.
side and then the other side, and
Yes.
in the middle corridor is the bathroom for both classes to use.
Mhm.
So, and I'll never forget, her name was Miss Ferreira. And she, as an adult, I felt bad because you could see this woman have a mental breakdown. So a girl had gone use the bathroom, and so did a boy. And there was piss all over the seat. And this
Oh
boy was
my
like, "It
God.
wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was her." And she's trying, mind you, we're kids, and she's explaining like, "It can't be her. She's a girl. She cannot pee on the seat." And he's like, "I promise you, it wasn't me." But here's the truth. I feel like he was set up because that girl was laughing way too hard.
She was laughing.
Mm-hmm. I think she set him up. That's just my theory.
Wow.
But to get into the topic of discussion with no
Rifling ass
further ado,
bitch.
all right. So check it out, yo. We got the Super Bowl, man.
Dum dum dum.
Super Bowl was on Sunday. Yo, Nate, you watch sports?
I do not. I mean, I know the basics of like, you know, rules and stuff. So if you talk about it, I wouldn't be completely lost. But for fun, I don't watch it for funsies.
So the running back basically did a quarter spin on the D-man. You know what I mean by when I say that?
Kind of, not really.
Explain. Yeah, I'm calling you out.
I said kind of, but not really.
All up in the Kool-Aid.
I'm like, if you explain it to me, like that makes sense, but then I can't repeat it back to you because
all right,
I can't repeat it back to you.
So to go to the whole game, right? A lot of people feel cheated. A lot of people. Is the game scripted or not?
All games are scripted.
You think all games are scripted? So you
Yes.
saw the game, right?
Nope.
You didn't see it?
Nope.
Oh my God.
I don't watch
Says
games
it's
because of
scripted,
that
but you
reason.
watch it.
Ben, did you at least see the game? So is Daniel.
Thursday.
Ben,
German.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
did you see the game?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hola.
Ben, did you
Okay,
see the
Ben
game?
goes back.
Did you see
Hell
the game?
no, I didn't watch the game. I have an IQ above room temperature.
I have an IQ of above a body temperature.
I don't even know my IQ.
No, but honestly,
I'm not-
I haven't. I personally have not intentionally watched the Super Bowl in like well over a decade. If I'm being completely honest with you. There's
Well,
no
We
point.
only watch halftime shows around here. Reed, you
Exactly.
were awesome.
Oh
Riri
no,
might be trash
no,
talk.
we about to get into reread. However, since no one watched the game and I'm the only one who did, the game feels weird because they made some really foul calls that were calls that honestly changed the structure of the game. So if you ask me, I feel the Eagles are robbed of the game just because it's on video and the call was bullshit. It is what it is. Now let's get to the halftime show. Riri did a horrible job. I'm
She
sorry.
was
The woman is
pregnant.
I don't
pregnant.
give a
Or she
damn if
is
she's
pregnant.
pregnant. Let me explain why. She is a great artist. She is a great vocalist. But what I saw was equivalent to your girl going to brunch and coming back from heavy ass mimosas trying to sing and perform for you. She did nothing. Okay. Yes, she's pregnant, but this is Riri. She didn't even do no dance choreography. All she did was basically rub her cooch, smell her fingers, turn around, and twerk a little bit.
Let me tell
Okay.
you.
She can't do much. She has a baby inside of her.
Beyonce did it.
Well,
What?
Beyonce
did it.
That is JC's wife, and they're in the Illuminati. So we're different.
Rihanna's
all
not in
in
the Illuminati.
They are.
What about Rihanna? She's in the Illuminati
First of
too.
all, Rihanna's performance screamed, "Damn, here's your performance like y'all wanted." That's what it's
So
because everybody's begging
okay,
Rihanna.
I want to hear this because I feel like it's only the women who are defending Rihanna. What made
I'll admit, I've seen better performances. But it was
you
great.
admit. But
Because I love Rihanna, and I'm not gonna shit on her and be like, "Oh, I've been so bad."
But who's shitting on her? A bad performance is a bad performance. She could have done way better from her previous Super Bowls, from her previous shows. She could have given us a way better display. She could have done something. All she literally do was look up there and look like she was singing karaoke, stepped up to a freaking platform that was about to freaking fall. Chad says Cream Riri is faultless. Bull crap. Have you seen the forehead on that woman? She's bad. I'll still kiss her forehead, but I might catch a concussion. All I'm saying
You
is,
can
Once
you
you
can land a
will,
whole plane on that.
Rihanna's nasty. Rihanna's nasty. Beyonce's nasty.
You're nasty.
Nicki Minaj is nasty. Cardi B's nasty.
Whoa,
Megan Thee
whoa.
Stallion's nasty.
Nasty in
They're
a
all
good
fucking-
way.
Do you think I mean in a good way?
I mean, come
Don't
on.
ask me that, don't ask me that.
Because
Hold
you
on.
be like, nah, come on,
Chad's
you
like,
be like,
imagine being a pregnant performer overperforming Miss Marion. We gotta relax. They should have a huge supporting cast.
True.
Okay, but you knew you were pregnant. Why didn't you give it to somebody else?
First of all, wait, I have a question because when an event as huge as Superbowl, when they request for artists to like perform, how far in advance do they request? And like,
From the beginning of the year.
of 2022.
Yeah, we knew before. Right after Super Bowl, like, oh, Riri's out. That was like 3 months after the last Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't know.
My
be
spider senses tells me she's about 4 to 5 months
I mean, they
Her feet
probably,
are swollen.
but they probably had to like adjust halfway because of like her being pregnant. Like knowing, okay, she's gonna be this far pregnant when the Super Bowl comes. Like we have to like adjust.
I was just disappointed.
I don't know.
She could have done a breakdance. She could have sat on her belly and
Oh
spun
my
around.
God.
She could have. Ben, tell us why you don't like
Like the girl
Rihanna.
from
man.
Juno.
Yes. Why don't you like Rihanna, Ben?
I don't believe in idol worship. They're all gross to me.
But you like Kanye. What the fuck you talking about?
Ooh, you got in there. I like Kanye's music.
You idolize him though. You even have acknowledged on this show
we
that
talk
you
about
idolize him. You have literally out the words of your mouth, verbatim, has said that you idolize him. So explain your reason.
Yeah, but that's different. Want to know why that's different?
Why?
'Cause
Why?
Kanye's goated. Kanye's goated.
That's all I hear.
Kanye, the nigga who wrote Graduation, Kanye West.
Kanye?
You like Kanye? What do you
Hold
say
on.
about
So
it?
if you want to
I
say
do
it like that, Kanye, the nigga who tried to turn a hoe into a housewife, not once, but not, but
Not
twice.
thrice.
Okay, twice.
I mean,
One with Amber Rose, the one who's responsible for the slut rock.
Look,
He is kind of
Kanye,
retarded.
the same
man,
dude who
my God.
basically. Wait. Kanye, the one who got with Freaky and Kim Kardashian, the most monotone, basic, self-hating person. Kanye, the one who said slavery was a choice. Kanye,
Guy's a
What?
genius.
the one who basically goes on a mental spell. Kanye, the one who doesn't get held accountable for his action.
Well,
Kanye, the same one
This
that
is all I hear coming out of
your
your mouth.
black
Can I-
messiah.
Can I talk? Can I talk? Can I
My
talk?
goodness.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yes,
you
Okay,
may.
let's start talking now. So at least in Kanye's defense, that's not him anymore. He was taking a loan. So whatever he does with that phone, that's not the Kanye that I know. The Kanye that I know is
I believe
long
that.
dead.
How do you,
I
hold
believe
on,
that.
the Kanye you know? Do you actually know Kanye?
He knows Kanye.
I know Kanye.
Ray, you know Kanye?
Kanye.
You know Kanye.
Kanye's long dead. Kanye's long dead. And plus, like,
Even my dream.
I
here's
was
the
literally
thing.
thinking that.
Here's the thing. All these female artists, they're yucky. All right, they're yucky and they're gross, and I bet they smell funny. Huh? And
Rihanna doesn't.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Mm.
Kanye West, want to know why he's different from those artists that I named off that I said were yucky?
Mhm.
Jesus.
He doesn't. He's not idolizing a lifestyle that's gonna end up destroying you. He actively in his songs talks about how much being rich and famous is a fucking curse.
It's a curse, but
And
he's
he's
still rich and
celebrating.
famous.
I mean,
I
I
don't
would've
see him
known.
giving up all his money.
But he-
I don't see him
but
basically
he still
switching
is.
the life to the
He
life
still
that
is. No, but does he not talk about how that's the kind of stuff he wanted ever since he was a child and now he's addicted to it?
brother, you sound like you're
He talks
beatboxing.
about that stuff.
He lives the
Right?
life of Pablo.
And check this.
But that
And
doesn't answer
check
my
this, bro.
question.
Check this.
Mm.
Check this, bro. Right? You have all these artists, all these female artists, right? They're supposed to be role models, right? The kind of
Says who?
people that little girls look up to. Huh? Says who? I said they're supposed to be, not that they are.
But I'm saying,
They're
who says
supposed
they're
to be.
supposed to be?
Society.
Society, because they're famous, right? Famous people, like they. How do I explain? They
Have
they
influence?
yeah, they have an influence, right?
Okay.
So when you get these girls talking about how like wet their fucking boomcons are, right? Running
Mhm.
around talking about how it's awesome, like playing your man for a joke, and all that nonsense, right? That's what you want your little girls to grow up to be, because that's what they're gonna grow up to be.
Okay, but that
Now,
could be the
if you
same
grow up to
thing
be-
said about Kanye.
Now,
Do you agree with
listen,
what
listen.
I'm saying?
Here's the thing with Kanye though. He's actually helping out these girls, right? Because Kanye got dumb ass fucking whore, right?
That's true.
So these female artists are turning our beautiful women into whores, and niggas like Kanye are making these guys fall in love with these whores.
Wait, I can't tell if
And
you're just being
ruining their
sidetracked because I
lives.
hear
So
his-
hold on,
his,
that's a
Kanye West-
contradiction. So how's he
Kanye West-
doing
hey,
good?
hold on.
He's taking
Hold
all
on,
the dumb
hold on.
whores away from us.
Kanye West. Kanye West is a cautionary tale. Cautionary tale did not fall in love with these whores, but modern media
Oh,
is
Jesus.
continuing to prop up
Yeah, keep going, man. Keep going.
dancing clowns
Yeah.
It's propping up these dancing fucking clowns, telling women that they can have it all.
But they
And
can't.
when they try to follow in their footsteps, they become single mothers and they become jaded and they hate men. But if Kanye West is famous, these fucking stupid whores are still gonna find a man at the end of the rainbow because he's showing you how you can love these whores, but your life will be ruined. So if you want to put up with it, but a whore is a whore. All right.
So you're telling me that Kanye is intentionally sacrificing his sanity and all reasoning to save us from making the same mistake last made? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
He is. He's doing a really good job.
He's doing a really good job.
Like I said, though, that's not Kanye anymore. That's not him anymore. Look at the videos. Look at the photos. The nose shape is wrong. The head shape is wrong. What?
Stirring the pot, my nigga.
ASMR. Yeah, I'm just
Listen,
gonna
all
touch
I'm
you
saying,
guys.
not to go too deep into Kanye, the dude is honestly, in my opinion, well, we're gonna do final thoughts on this. What are your final thoughts on Kanye?
Cups don't have favorite flavors because they are cups, so they're crazy.
Okay, final thoughts?
Raising the cup.
I used to hate Kanye.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
why? You rave about him all the time.
Now I love him.
Why you love?
Your
Yeah.
playlist is all Kanye.
Yeah. Because as a person that had mental problems, mental issues, he shows. I mean, at least what I see, I feel like he shows what how he actually feeling like. You know what I mean?
He expresses
Oh, like his
himself.
point of view.
He expresses himself. He expresses his point of view, and I could for sure say he does talk some shit up his ass. He does say a lot of dumb shit. But I look up to him because not a lot of people think that mental issues are real,
Okay.
and I
I
do
feel
love
that.
his music. His music is really
Okay.
His music is good. You know what? I learned how to separate the artist from the creator. Like the whole thing going on with fucking Harry Potter and how he said like if you play the game you're a fucking transphobe because J.K. Rowling has said some questionable things. Like fuck out of here, dude. It's a enough game to fucking play and enjoy. And people are trying to cancel motherfuckers because they're trying to escape from the shittiness of reality. Like, what is wrong with wanting to enjoy a game? Like, bro, Hogwarts, when that shit came out, I already knew that shit was gonna be my fucking jam. Because why wouldn't you want to pretend to be a fucking person, dude? Look out of here with that you're a transphobe if you play that game.
I wanted to be
Shut
a wizard.
up. Separate the creation from the creator.
I even got Wizard
So,
101 when I was a kid.
I'm just gonna
I
take
think
it
it's
to
dope.
this.
Bro, like whether or not you buy the game, she's still gonna be.
Listen,
She's still gonna be.
listen, I'm just gonna say like this. When it comes to final thoughts on Kanye, I don't respect him. I respect what he's added to the game. I respect the acquirements and accomplishments he has, but him as a person, I think he's a horrible individual who hasn't been held accountable. And I think honestly, as a man, you have to own up to the shit you do and the things you don't do. And as far as I can see, is as long as people make excuses for him, he's going to continue on his fucking little behavior downward spiral of basically bringing everything down. He's a devil, in my opinion, because he's a devaluer. He doesn't bring value.
It's not him anymore.
Yeah, but you could keep saying that, but call a spade a spade. You can keep making excuses for him. I'm going based off what he's done.
I'm not making excuses, bro. That's not him anymore.
That's an excuse. Saying that's not him anymore, that's like saying, okay, that's an excuse. That's your reasoning for his behavior because it's not him anymore. I call bullshit. On to the next. So, that being said, we already talked about Rihanna and the whole thing. Now, I know you guys been watching the news.
I haven't.
Well, somewhat, right? The whole railroad thing. What is going on? So far, what we know, we had a derailment in Ohio, which had hazardous materials, which is crazy because according to the manifest, that wasn't documented. That was like under the table thing. So that shouldn't even been there. We had another derailment in Arizona, another derailment in Houston, and as of today, a derailment in Detroit. Do you feel that this is planned and there's a reasoning for this?
Yes.
Right, take that.
I feel like it is planned. There can be no coincidence that there's so many things happening around the world. Dude, I don't know. I feel like they're attacking certain things because things is getting out of hand, not here, but in other places like Russia and Ukraine. So they need somewhere else to go.
Okay. What about you, love?
I lied. I do watch the news. I know what's going on, but I I don't know. This whole thing freaks me out. I'm like one of those people that like if I, get too involved with what's going on, I will have a panic attack.
Last of
overthink
Us.
it.
I refuse to watch that show.
That's a great
I
game.
refuse
At least
to
play
watch
the
it.
game. At
No.
least
I never played the game. The show is
No.
amazing.
If you love the show, you'll love the game. Ben, what do you think about all these train situations, man?
It's a part of the agenda to create the new world that we need to exist in order for people to get the chip. Take on the social credit in America, that kind of stuff. The chemicals in the train that crashed in Ohio, right? Like Ohio, or is it
Yeah.
Pennsylvania? Whatever.
Uh-huh.
That particular, I don't remember the name, but if it gets exposed to the atmosphere, it creates acid rain, right?
If it mixed with
And people
water
are telling you
molecules.
Yeah, and people are saying not to worry, right? And what people don't understand, or I'm sure people do understand, their eyes are starting to open. That when the higher powers that be tell you not to worry, that absolutely means you worry because that they're up to shit. Like you don't think these people got as powerful as they did by dicking around now, do you? Like I'm not saying this stuff has been it's like planned, like down to the most minute detail, but there are some things that they can't account for and they can expect as a result of what they've done in the past, right? There's this like popular thing that was going around TikTok for a while, where it was this audio that was like, and if you think that the government won't do that, right? Think again, you know. So there's plenty of stuff online to show you. They're not even talking about like America, right? I'm talking about all governments all over the world, right? They push the idea that we're separated and divided, and that we have to dislike each other, but they're all in cahoots. All the drama, all the political nonsense, they all get together on their super base in the fucking stratosphere, and they just laugh at us as we fight over fucking Dookie, right? And they're laughing at us. They the whole thing, like, they could be people, right? You sit there and want to talk about this. Even us, they're laughing at us as we talk about this because they know that we're not going to do anything about it actually, except talk about it and how much it sucks. Because we all understand intrinsically that we're powerless to what's about to fucking happen, and it's coming soon. And when things go off the wall, I fear not death because I'm in the arms of the Lord. I don't mean to make this religious. I fear not death. It's just I I'm just afraid of how it's gonna go down, right? Or my thing is, I'm doing all this to better my life. Is it gonna be worth it? I'm just gonna get fucking obliterated by like a carpet bomb or whatever, like the next 2
I
years.
agree with Ben.
I disagree.
Like with like the last part.
Because I feel like if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. And
I'm not saying I stand for nothing because I wouldn't mind dying for a cause that I believe in, and that would be like protecting my homeland or whatever, right? But is it really worth protecting your homeland if the reason why you have to protect it is because of some orchestrated nonsense? Right?
We already going through that if you want to really break it down in layman terms, but to go back to like the whole train situation, I think it's more of a distraction than anything. And to explain the magnitude of, for people who think it's not as big of a deal, the chemical compound that is found in that train in Ohio, once it mixes with water molecules, it becomes acidic. And the problem is it's also airborne. So if you're asthmatic or, you know what I'm saying, like if you have pets right now, you need to bring them in the house. It's already basically contaminated the water supply. You got wildlife that's dying. My issue that I have that I see is not only is it, I think it's a distraction. I think it's orchestrated in a manner for a reason. You get what I'm saying? And the reason, you can call me conspiracy theories, whatever. A lot of times you got to look at Ohio. What is in Ohio? You know what I'm saying? What is in Houston? What is in Arizona? What do these things all have in common for them to actually orchestrate some type of simulation like that? And when it comes to these chemicals, a lot of people are comparing it to Chernobyl because if this thing touches your skin, it is cancerous. It's arsenic. This thing will kill you, sure, slowly. You get what I'm saying? So you have to look at, okay, we live in a first world country. How does something like this happen? How come there hasn't been any arrest made? Who's responsible for that shipment? Who signed off on it? You know what I'm saying? These are things that we gotta ask. And because we're distracted with the whole craziness of it, there needs to be an organization where we all come together and we demand the answers. We the people. You get what I'm saying? That's in the article of our Constitution. It's we the people. So you have to look at these individuals like their life is in danger. Look at Arizona. I saw a video where a car was driving through and you see the poison in the air. And they're telling people, oh, it's okay. That's bullshit. That's almost like the whole Flint, Michigan situation with the water. You're saying it's okay, but none of those representatives would drink from the damn fountain, but they'll tell you to drink from it. This is
Bro,
something
I thought that scene was so telling when the
Mhm.
farmer came and he showed them. Was not the farmer, but the resident of fucking Flint. They was like, "Yeah, drink from that, bro. Drink it." And they're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna drink it." He was like, "Oh, why though?" Like, that
Yeah.
was so telling.
If you think about it, in our generation, we are witness to so much right now. This is an opportunity.
We are living through history right now.
Yeah, but this is also the opportunity to strike the iron while it's hot. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying, the oppressed outnumber the oppressor and unity.
Yeah, but
Because
they're distracting us with race, dude, and fucking BLM and all that fucking nonsense, dude. What are people don't realize that they don't care about you. They only care about how much money you can make them. But you'll get plenty of people on this tirade about how like there needs to be more black artists or there needs to be more like Latin representation and all the whole mess of the 9 yards. Bro, if you can't make these people money, they don't care about your existence, bro. And that's just the fucking plain truth.
I understand, but so let me ask you this. This is critical. What would you think would be the solution to basically correct and how we go about to fix this problem that we got going on with Ohio? How do we help these people? How do we bring a better understanding that it's time to wake up? How would you go about that, Ben?
Bro, honestly, and I don't advocate for this, but really the only way is through a more extreme means. Oh my god! And what I mean by that is, uh, we have to show these people that don't want to do anything that we ultimately have the power. And how do you do that?
Mm.
Just don't go to their house, right? Do not go to these people's houses. Then you'll give them reason to enact security laws that'll just fuck us all in the long run. Go to where you know they frequent, right? Go to know where you're gonna be publicly, right? And just let them know that you see them. That's it. You have to let these politicians know that you see them and you see that they're doing nothing. You have to put the fear of democracy into their bodies. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt the people they love. To scare them, right? Don't put their lives in danger. Just show them that their lives could be in danger if they don't. Because back in the day, politicians used to be afraid of the people. Like I think in like France or whatever.
Yeah, but we're here in the
know
US.
France like I know, but people know France like as a bunch of like cowards or whatever. Bro, they were executing and congressmen fucking left and right,
And
they were with the
Colombia
shit,
and Mexico.
you know.
But my
And
question,
people like that.
go ahead.
I lost my train of thought. You can continue.
So, Ray, let me ask you, what would you think would be the right decision to bring unity and awareness towards the situation? And what steps would you take to prevent something like this from happening? How would you protect people?
Dude, honestly, it's a very hard.
That's a loaded question.
That is,
Yeah.
that's very hard, and I really don't know how to answer that. But I think what Ben said was very like close to what I would say. Like, don't hurt them physically, but like scare them to where they have to do something. Because at the end of the day, yeah, they're not gonna care about us. They don't care about themselves and where they're gonna be at the end of the day. So, I mean, yeah,
Yeah. I agree with Ben because
Let
like
again, let them know that we see them. They're no longer hidden.
This-
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
I'll be real with you. I don't want to say I disagree with you. I hear what you're saying, but we have to look at history. And the reason why we say we gotta look at history, the tactic that you're saying has been used. And where has it gotten us? Practically almost nowhere. I think if you really wanted to start choking up these politicians and these corrupted officials that lead us, you gotta hit them where it hurts. And where it hurts is money. It's like
No,
saying this, right? If one thing anybody's capable of murdering God, you never advocate that. Never advocate that. However, you're the man who can make you hate your life, not the man who could take your life. You get what I'm saying? If you were to basically unite people and you stop how they eat, that's when people pay attention. It's when you take away their resources and their means of comfortability. When you take somebody and you make them uncomfortable, now you got their undivided attention. We selected these individuals. That means we hold power. But there's also a sense of fear because a lot of us seen how a lot of people have fought back and they end up missing or pop up, suicide and whatnot. Because we're at a point, and I think it's at a caliber where we no longer can ignore it because it's at such a huge scale now. I mean, look at this. What were the chances of these trains derailing? What was the chance that they're all carrying toxic freaking, biohazards in them? This is 2023. You know what I'm saying? Things like this don't happen. They don't. But why is it happening in rural towns? It's not happening in any major cities. It's almost seems like it's strategically planned. And I feel like not to disagree 100% with you, but saying to scare them, that's the worst thing you can do. You don't want to scare people. And the reason why you don't want to scare certain people because guess what? You're gonna get two reactions. Either you do it or you don't. And if you end up being bluffing, the blowback on that is heavier. Once your foot is on the neck of your enemy, you break it. Ease off because what's to follow after that, if you don't commit, is basically your own demise. It's almost like
Here's the reason why people aren't doing that, right? It's because there aren't enough people in this world that want to give up their way of living to be a freedom fighter, right? Because that would people still gotta the number one way to like get somebody like on your not on your side, but to keep someone quiet or down or whatever is to you're not wrong, affect the way that they eat. And there are many people at least are willing to die a martyr because they're just thinking about their family at the end of the day. You're not gonna get enough freedom fighters. Because like if the revolution fails, there's not gonna be like a change in the system, right? It's just your life is fought, you have to go home and you're fired, right?
well, I'm saying
So
if you're gonna talk about a family, right? One thing's inevitable. If you don't do something about it, you know what the outcome is. I think it's better to take the variable to see what if. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. Because again,
that's just too big a risk. Is the thing is
but
what I'm saying.
but
It's
if
too
you're
big a
saying
risk.
it's too big a risk, then it's pointless to even argue it. It's even pointless to even
You're absolutely right.
think of an idea because it's like, yo, to be the definition of a freedom fighter is basically everything that's risk, bro. You gotta understand there's more to gain than to lose. That's the mentality that you gotta have. And I'm not saying for you dudes to go all crazy and rally up. I'm not inciting that at all. But you gotta think outside the box. You gotta understand with everything going on, it's time to honestly wake up and be like, yo, there's a possibility some shit is going down. Get out your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying like the American dream only works when you're asleep, but when you're awake, you realize the American dream is bullshit. Y'all ever heard that?
No.
No? Now you have. So we'll let that go. Let's go into another topic because I know this is going to be interesting, Nate, and I really want to hear your input on this. Let's talk about women. Do you think social media platform is what's ruining women, or do you think women are ruining themselves using social media?
Ruining in what way?
So Back in
Let
the
me
day,
mansplain for you for the real quick.
Oh my
Check this out.
god.
Let me hit you with the mansplain for the one time.
How do
All
I,
right, check
how do I
this.
mute you? No, that's mute.
So, so check this. All right, so I remember I was talking to Jay, and I was saying how the female mystique is ruined because of the internet. You know, like, and you're thinking, like, what do I mean by the female mystique, right? I mean that it used to be that boys were like, oh, girls are so interesting, and you know, I want to know more about like women and stuff like that. They used to be like, right, there was an air of mystery to women when you were younger. Another thing, and this is just me. I think that now that social media has become the beast that it is, uh, women, for whatever reason, are self-snitching, right? More and more. Like, you'll see plenty of videos about how women are, you know, do this to manipulate your man, do this to get what you want, or a story like you see those videos like, oh, what's one secret you've never told your ex, right? And you know, you hear the craziest fucking things come out of their mouth. Or like, or you ask them, what's the wildest thing you've done in college, right? And I'm not saying that it doesn't exist for men. I'm not saying that at all. But
Right.
what's being popularized is
being
the crazy
glorified.
shit that women do.
Agreed.
And there essentially is, and it's like, well, where did this come from? You know, like, why are they doing these things, right? Why are they telling on themselves and then turning around and crying about how men don't want them? I just think it's very peculiar, if you ask me.
Yeah, I definitely see your point of view. You're not wrong, because it also does go both ways for men as well.
Mhm.
I think just people in general, if you put yourself out on the internet, like you're gonna expose yourself in general. Um, the last thing you said about women crying about like why men don't like them, over the course of like this podcast, I know that both, you know, Jason and like have stated some reasons why they like don't like certain things women do.
Mm.
And after talking with you guys, you know, extensively, I've like come to find out that a majority of guys share your opinion about certain things that some women do. I can't go into specifics because I'm having a hard time because we talk about a lot of topics,
Yeah.
but just in general, at least like if you as a woman thinking back on what most women would think of, it would come as a surprise. Oh, wow. Like, the whole, like, body count thing, for example.
Mm.
I know a lot of men share the same opinion as you guys, and when it comes to a majority of men feeling this way, then it's not just one shitty man being the whole "men ain't shit," you know, thing, or a few guys being, "Oh, like, are red flags, stay away from them because this is the right thing to do." No, I'll admit there's no truth to some that women are right in the whole body count thing or, other topics, you know, in regards to this, but
Mm.
I do see your point of view. I can admit that there are some things that women do that can, I guess, bother you guys and that you don't really share the same way, because I know that for women, there obviously are things that we don't like that men do, because it's vice versa. There's always gonna be something,
Yeah, there's always
you
gonna
know?
be I think like the issue that I see and I'll tell my viewers is like, yo, and I said it 1,000 times before, it's like growing up, secrecy was everything, right? It was like, yo, if someone read your journal, you would be livid. Now we live in a day and an age where you put your journal online, if you don't get enough likes or views, you
Dude,
become
yeah.
livid. You
People
know what I'm
share
saying?
their journals.
Yeah, and it's
And
like,
like, bro, the saddest thing for me, bro, the saddest thing that I witnessed on the internet is when people do goofy ass shit and they get no fucking views. Like, you're willing to put yourself like, and I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about men and women. I saw this one video of a guy putting his hands in like a bowl of like these super poisonous like aquatic mammals or whatever. They're called like blue dragons or super venomous, super poisonous, like literally enough to put down a grown man. And he's like, "Oh, you know, this is be chill, you know, it's all cool, or whatever." And the next scene was him in the fucking emergency room, right? And it's just like, bro, you did that for a couple clicks. I mean, for this video in particular, it got 3.1 million likes, bro. But like, What if you died? Those likes were gonna bring you
True.
back to life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so and then on the side of like with like women, it's like you got your ass, your whole taco out on the internet, right? Your whole taco out on the internet, and you get it for like no likes. You have like maybe 500, 1,000 likes,
Mhm.
right? Look out here looking goofy. Now in regards to like self snitching, right? I just think that because of social media and people just want clicks and likes, they're more willing, right? You wouldn't be able to if there wasn't a camera rolling. You wouldn't be able to get this information out of most people. They would take this shit to their fucking grave. But for whatever reason, when there's a camera in someone's face, and I've been guilty of that too. But like these videos are out. It's like videos that like me and my boys record or whatever.
Mhm.
But like a camera's in your face or whatever, and everyone's ready to fucking share their deepest secrets for whatever fucking reason.
But it
And
also comes down to a point where times are different, right? That's something that you guys tell me all the time. Times
Yeah.
are different. So I look at the situation and I analyze it. Okay, I don't think it's social media. I think it's women, like you said, are snitching themselves out. And the same thing with men. You get what I'm saying? Because now it's like what was deemed incorrect, what was
inappropriate.
deemed inappropriate is now shed a light where it's like a bragging right to say, oh, yo, I just sucked up this person or I slept with this many people.
And that
But
just goes to show that they don't realize that they're, I guess you could say, outing themselves, or
but you're saying they don't. I think they do realize it because it's now a status. It's you
Yeah,
get what
they
I'm
mean,
saying?
Yeah, like
yeah.
it's being sensationalized to
Right.
fucking make yourself look like a clown. So like the more clown shit you do, the more recognition you'll get. But like I think like that this one video of I Show Speed that T had shown me and Jay just today. He was talking about how he like was dealing with an addiction and he was real sad. And then then someone goes like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck," and he just like goes ballistic, right?
Mhm.
You know, like the biggest mistake that you can do is presenting yourself to the internet as a certain type of person because then people will always expect that out of you, right? Like most people don't know this, but you know Joji, right? Joji Miller,
No,
yeah,
I
you
mean,
know Joji, guys, the artist Joji.
I think if I see or hear it, like maybe.
Yeah, okay, look, I'm positive you know Joji. The people at
Yeah.
home know Joji too.
Mhm.
He invented the Harlem Shake. He used to be like
Dude,
a
I love the
clown
Harlem
individual.
Shake. What?
Filthy Frank, yeah. Joji was Filthy Frank, and a lot of his newer fans don't know that.
Wow.
But he had to give that up because it was starting to affect him mentally.
Wow.
You know, like people, once you present yourself as something, people expect that out of you, and that really bogs down your whole like your mental, right? So back on the topic of social media, and like it's become a beast to where you have to up the ante every time to get any attention, and this brings back to destroying the female mystique because at least for me, because women, you know, they want the attention, right? And
Yeah.
it's short lived because they want the attention, they get the attention, but you know, after it's gone, they have to deal with that, and that's just, I mean, what ends up happening is they're not necessarily thinking about the future.
Honestly,
And
bro, Ray, have you ever had an instance where a friend, you know, like a girlfriend or whatever, has like done some out of pocket shit on the internet, on social media, to you or to in general,
out of pocket shit, like
Like
what?
in
or
what
something
sense?
crazy, like you know, like
Like some shit that's damaging
some
or
shit that you're like, this is crazy. What the fuck? Like just one of those moments.
video wise or like post wise?
Anything.
Anything?
Direct
yeah.
messaging?
Anything on
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
but here's the thing. It's I feel like we are at a point where in our generation we're able to express ourselves, right?
Right.
But we don't have a sense of direction. And it also comes down to a form of mental illness to a certain caliber. Because I remember I was watching the show with a podcast where one of the hosts, he was a porn star, and you hear what she's saying, but the body language is completely different. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've done so much foul shit, even though that's not what you want to do, you're forced to be committed to it.
Mhm.
And I think that's what social media has done to a lot of individuals, not only women, but men, where they put up this persona for so long, even though they don't want it, they have to commit to it. You guys know who Tyler, the Creator, is, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
guys, I know who Tyler, the
So
Creator is.
Tyler, the Creator, said it best. They said, "Yo, why'd you take a hiatus?" And he said because he was doing so much dumb shit that people really believe that's who he was. And it becomes like I think we all gotten to a point in life where we done things and we're like, yo, it's cringe because it's like, damn, I really did that. You get what I'm saying? And what people fail to realize, once it's on internet, it's there forever. Like for a lot of these women are like, I played that nigga, I did that. I'm like, yo, you're gonna regret that. Like the kid I Show Speed. The way you're acting now, my G, you're what, 18 years old? 10, yeah, he's a young kid. 10 years from now, you're gonna look back and you're gonna regret your ignorance.
Wasn't he the one that said some dumb shit to Drake the other day?
Yeah, the one that says you sound sexy as fuck. Like, and here's the thing, it's like, yo, can you imagine? All right, I think I speak for every woman and every guy. There's that one person that you crushed over that you look back and you're like,
no way.
And you look back and you're like, oh, I can't believe I like that person. I can't believe I was bending over hula hoops for that person. You get what I'm saying? And that being said, the same thing applies to like where we are now. You know what I'm saying? Because what we do today, we live with tomorrow. And I think that's where a lot of people have to understand that shit. It's not just about self. Just like what I do today with the words I choose to use. Yo, 10 years from now, they're gonna look back on this podcast and like, yo, this nigga was either really immature or this nigga was on some shit. And we don't think about it. That's why, like, and no disrespect to anybody, it's like when it comes to making jokes, I always try to tell people, like, be careful of the shit that comes out your mouth. Be careful when you fuck around. Like, even you, Ben, I have told you that because you might be satire now, but what you got to understand, a couple of years later, that shit is gonna still be out there.
I'm not always gonna be there to say that it's satire.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to own up to your bullshit. You're gonna have to own up to the reality that you created to yourself.
Yep, what you reap is what you sow.
No,
exactly.
I'm completely aware of it. That's why I say the things that I say.
Are you though?
Like,
because no disrespect. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, I'm not bullshitting though. I'm not like. This is not me acting, putting on an act. I'm not.
No, I'm not saying that.
I am still. But listen. I'm so completely hyper aware of what I say and the effect it could have on my future. This is the reason why I say it, right?
Okay.
Like, I'm not like and I know there are more heinous things that I can say, right? That could be propped up as my opinion.
True.
But right, I know the healthy limit in regards to it, and I know who my audience is, right?
You say it right there, but hold on, to cut you out, you said you know who your audience is, right? And this is where I have, and as a big brother, yo, I gotta check you on that. And this is where we have talked about it. But how I move out here, right? I have to understand I don't only represent me. Even though I know my audience, even though I know how I get down, yo, I'm still representing my man. I'm still representing my brother. I'm still representing my mother. That's the discipline we gotta have, because one thing we're seeing in society is, well, I'm only responsible for myself. No, you're not.
Ooh, Chad. Okay, I think he said something pretty good. He says that he speaks reckless with intent. He provokes reaction and thought. Interesting take, because that's actually pretty true.
Definition of a troll. Definition of a fucking troll. It's like, okay, like one of the things I try to work on is not cursing as much. Why? Because it basically paints an image of someone that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we have to take into account.
Yeah, fix your potty mouth, Jason.
All up in the Kool-Aid, don't even know the flavor. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we sit here, we could be joking, we could basically talk the shit that we do, but guess what? We gotta own up to it. Even if we're being satire, we still have to own up to it.
That is why I
Because
am very careful with what I say.
because even though Ben, you could be joking and shit, the truth of the matter is, a wise person knows there's always truth to every joke. Because there's always truth, that means part of you feels that way, even if you're just joking about it. Because if that wasn't the case, you wouldn't say it. And that's why I say, yo, be careful how you move out here. Mind you, I'm not trying to be the old head and tell you how to live your life. But one thing is evident. What are we doing now? Why do we come at these women so hard? Not because of what so much they've done, because they're exposing their past. And because they're exposing their past, we're holding them accountable for that shit. Yeah, they were young. Yeah, they made mistakes, but they boasted on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with being satire. When you're too satire, yo, all laughing jokes and bullshit aside, but it's gonna catch up to you.
Speaking of which, how do you guys feel about whether it's celebrities or regular people when they say out of pocket shit or just crazy things in general when they're younger? Like more formerly known when celebrities are in their youth and they say either something racist or they say something dumb, sexist. It's very like controversial. And then when they're in their adulthood, everybody's trying to cancel them. Oh, you said this, and then they're out here trying to apologize.
If
Not
that,
even that.
but here's the thing: if that was the case, then Martin Luther King would have never existed. If that was the case, Malcolm X would have never existed. Liam Neeson, right? Liam Neeson, they tried to cancel him for what happened with his homegirl that was basically assaulted and raped by those black dudes. And he said he was so upset that he literally went around town looking to pick a fight with a black person and was looking for black people who were looking for trouble. Does that make him racist? No. But we're human.
Wait,
You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
all fall because I'm telling you right now, if God forbid something happened to my family and it was a group of white people who did some crazy, rambunctious, racist shit towards my family, the natural side of me, I'm looking at all white people sideways because I've been triggered.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And the same thing applies to other situations.
So, the George did say something. Oh, like when people say, or teens, I guess, but teens say the hard R when they're teens.
Yeah, because
Like when they're younger, yeah.
like it's like racism, right?
How do you? Okay, wait. Because we're in Miami.
Yeah.
How, Jason? How do you feel? And maybe in the comment section, how do you feel about preteens, young youth that are Hispanic and non-black in Miami saying N-word? Not the hard R, but just the N-word. How do you feel about it?
You want me to be real with you?
Yeah.
Does it bother me? Yes, but I don't act on it. But I'll tell you the story. I was at the Taco Bell in the hammocks, right? There's young kids, nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga this. The thing is, I can tell when it's culture, like when it's part of your vocabulary. So I rolled up on the kid and I said, yo, my man, you willing to die for that word? They all stayed quiet. I'm like, yeah. See, what you don't understand, that's some of the last words some people like me have heard before we were shot and killed, whether it was my own peoples or somebody racist. I want to ask you again, are you willing to die for that word? Mind you, the Taco Bell, everyone's quiet because they're like, yo, dude, like, what the fuck's on? But
Yeah,
I
but
didn't,
if you use that
wait,
logic,
wait.
there are
I
plenty of-
didn't say it to threaten them.
No,
I
no, no.
said it
Jason.
so
What
they
I'm
could
saying is, like,
acknowledge.
But you're scary.
It's not about being scary, but I only said it because I want them to know it got my attention. The words you use, bro. Like, number one, I'm not, even if you come from the culture, we shouldn't be using the words as B100. But when you come from the culture, we see it as acceptable, whether you're Hispanic or black, because there's some black people who can't say that word either, because you just know it doesn't roll off their, like they're forcing it. You know what I'm saying? And that was the situation with those kids at the Taco Bell. I wasn't saying, yo, because I'm gonna fuck you up or anything like that. I'm like, think about, are you willing to die for that word? Do you know what that word means? Do you know where it comes from? Because you're saying it because it's cool. You get what I'm saying?
man, nigga, please.
You feel me? But that's the dangerous thing about it. Because it's like, yo, as an educated black man, I have to understand this was a word created to destroy us. And just to give you guys a history lesson real quick, the word is Negro. The mispronunciation because of lack of education and sound went from Negro to nigger. The word nigga comes from the black community, and the ones who use that were the pimps, the drug dealers, the criminals use the word nigga, and it slowly transcend. And then you got some individuals, oh, we took our word and we owned it. But we're not the only ones who operate like that. Women operate the same way. The word instead of nigga is bitch, because y'all could use that amongst each other all day. But if I say it because I'm not a woman, it's trifling. Same reason why black people will be like, "Oh, you're not black. You're not supposed to say that word."
Okay, personally, if it's just us, and let's say I have rubbed off on you in some way, and you have some really big gossip and some really big tea to spill. If you come up to me and you're like, bitch, guess what? Guess what the fuck happened? I'd be like, bitch, what? And I'll be cool with it. I'll be cool with it because that's how I like. At least that's how I talk to my girlfriend.
But you see, but it's also about.
I haven't said bitch to him.
Okay, but you guys are in a relationship, right?
Right.
So because you guys are in a relationship, there's a terms of understanding based on how you use it. The attitude. It's almost okay. So like imagine a text message, right? Whatever state of mind you're in determines how you're gonna receive that text message. I could be like, yo, tighten up. If you're in a good mood, you're gonna take it as friendly, yo, tighten up. If you're in a bad mood, but if it's a text, there's no emotion behind it. But whatever state of mind you in is what's gonna give the emotion behind it.
Knowing you, I'm gonna be really confused. You're gonna be like, what was it? What you said? What was it they said?
Tighten up.
Tighten up. Bro, guys.
Those are fighting words right there.
Guys, literally. Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot. The other day, Jason texted me. He was just like, no.
Hold on. Jason was like, imagine Jason saying, bitch, let me tell you.
Jason, the day that you tell me that, I'm dropping everything. I am locking my ass on you and be like, something happened.
Jesus.
Something. Anyways, guys, Jason texted me, I don't know where, Fort Lauderdale. And I'm like, I'm mad because at this point, Jason has no regard for details whatsoever.
I'm a horrible communicator. I will say that.
You know, with all the love in the world, you could improve on the details. I forgot to text back because I was busy, but if I would have texted back, I was thinking, and I thought I replied question mark. I'm like, okay. What do you mean?
Well, let me explain to how men talk. And I think I speak for a lot of men. Ben, you can concur. Ray, you can concur. Lewis, you can concur. If I know it's the weekend, right? Women are more organized than men. We know this. But the way I look at it, I'll text my boy Fort Lauderdale. Either he sends back a question mark or the response is where? Fort Lauderdale. I'm just suggesting a place. I'm giving the alley hoop to you to be like, yo, what do you want to do there? Men are very basic. We talk in code. Like, yo, just like y'all get mad at us when you can write us a whole thing. And instead of you want us to write like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Let's do this. No, we're simple creatures. I'm going to reply with the letter K. K. Oh, I'm going to go here. K. Oh, I feel like doing this. K. I'm not going to have a full-blown conversation.
Right.
But women are completely fucking different.
Yeah.
And when you overthink things, you complicate things. So when I texted you Fort Lauderdale, that could have meant a lot of things. I was waiting for a response where it's like, if she sends a question mark, obviously that means she doesn't know.
You know what, to show you right.
But if I basically text you Fort Lauderdale and you say where, that gives me an introduction to tell you what I want to do. Like, I'm trying to see where your mind's at. And that's just how we communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could text my boy, be like, yo, I'll text him drink. He'll be like, where at? You get what I'm saying? We talk in code. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how we are. It's annoying, but that's how we are. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you talk the same way.
What do you mean?
Because your homegirl could text you party.
No,
wait. She can text you party, but your natural reaction is
texting
like,
back.
who?
I'm like,
where?
No.
Like, you'll ask questions. No.
She texts me party and be like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I will be petty and I would be like, what? Fucking complete sentences.
Let me
No, hold
ask
up.
the boys, men. If your boy texts you party, the natural response for us is gonna be like, where at?
No, for me, it's gonna be
No,
question mark. What are you
quite
talking
literally.
about?
You see that?
Really?
You see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, yo, look, I'm not gonna lie. Ray, you goofy for that, bro.
Yo,
Oh
Not
my
gonna lie.
God.
Yo,
No,
my
no
cousin,
disrespect.
listen,
No
there you
disrespect.
go. It's like her boyfriend's right there.
Wait, I want to say
And
something.
Chad is like, party equals bet.
No, because like
There we go.
honestly, look, at least for me, Jay's not wrong. If my boy hits me up, yo, we're going here, or they're like party, I'm like, where at? Right?
Right.
What
If it's
time?
party, yes.
What
But
time?
if you're
Where at?
bringing up
What
Fort
food?
Lauderdale, it's gonna be like, all right, you're coming in from Fort Lauderdale, or you're gonna go see a family at Fort Lauderdale, or you want to do something at Fort
But it
Lauderdale.
also comes at what time I
No,
text
literally,
it.
I would
But
text,
Fort Lauderdale
I would
is-
just text what happened. If someone hit me up with, if my boy texts me Fort Lauderdale, I'm like, what happened?
Good.
And
Okay,
literally.
I want to point something out. Because Deidre made a very good point saying women overthink. And you know what? Maybe not all women, but this gal right here, I do overthink a little bit. Let me tell you something. Before we started this podcast, Jason asked me a very mindful question. This is before you came. So
Oh, Jesus.
what was it? He was like, what was the question again, Jason? To be very specific.
So it was a question like, your man's at the crib, he has his people there, right? And you call him, and they couldn't even remember the text because she's overthinking. Yeah, she's overthinking.
Right.
So the question to it was, your man's at the crib with his peoples, whether it's two friends or a few, and you hit him on the phone, and he's like, yo, you ask him if he's hungry, and he's like, yeah, and then you hear, we're all hungry. Are you naturally going to bring food for the squad, or you only bring in food for him? Mind you, he doesn't tell you anything. You have to make that judgment call on your own.
You want to know what I said?
What?
Knowing exactly how you think. Okay, so I was like, it took me time to realize, but I'm like, okay, I'm on the way to the house. Instinctually, I'm gonna be like, babe, I'll bring you food. What do you want? I'll bring you anything. And your response would be like, oh, babe, that's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I'm definitely feeling this. Oh, I'm in the mood to eat this. But you know what? If you just bring me food, I feel bad, my friends. Like, they're gonna be like jealous. So either two responses will happen. Either A, you'll be like, nah, it's okay. Don't bring food. Like, like I appreciate the offer. You know, we'll figure something out. Or two, B, yeah, like, oh, you know what? How about you just bring us like pizza or something? Just bring us a big plate of food,
Yeah.
and then I'll pay you back for like the majority. Those
Dejan
would
is
be like the two responses. But I
Dejan
think the
agrees
first
with
one,
you though.
what?
'Cause he's like, naturally, the boyfriend's going to tell his girl that
What the first option that I said
to bring food.
to bring food?
Yeah.
No, but knowing him,
Mhm.
like he'll like his first response will be like, oh, like you know, I probably feel bad like if you just bring me food and everyone else. But then as we're talking, he'll like think like, oh, then you know what? Maybe I'll probably initiate first, be like, how about I bring you everybody like a box of pizza? Yeah, babe, like you know, we'll all pitch in, we'll all pay for it, whatever. I'm already on the way. I can like pick it up.
I think she's goddamn right.
You see, because that's just how we like.
Good answer, Steve.
We're from here.
Yeah, because I would feel bad for my friends or like the peeps that are there,
Yeah.
and I'll be like,
I'm
nah,
leaving.
bring food for everybody. I'll pay you back, or
But you know what? I was over analyzing this and overthinking it out because that was my first response that I gave to him, the A response, and he
Mhm.
didn't like that response. He was like, "No,"
Hold
and
on,
then
hold
you
on.
kept
How did I
asking me
not like the response?
because like you
Where did I say I didn't like the
your
response?
your
face,
body language.
your body language, and then I'm like, "You don't like that answer? You want me to be more specific?" So I was more specific, and then that was the answer B, and then I started going on. And then Val, like our like tech specialist, she was like, you know, looking into his face, like, oh, like you brought this upon yourself, Jason. You weren't satisfied with my first answer, so now I have to
Yes.
overthink and give you multiple answers and
And-
multiple
and-
scenarios.
let me say, if it's not pizza and it's individual food like Taco Bell or something like that, I'll make them like chip in.
Or easier, I would initiate. Oh, how about all of you do a mobile order, and I'll go pick it up.
There you go.
All I'm saying is, and again, this is just how my mind works. When Shorty's at the crib, and you tell me there's friends there, you're actually hungry, and I hear, yeah, we're hungry. I already know there's people there. Me, I'm not gonna just bring food for you because I would feel that's disrespectful. Off rip without having to be asked. This is just me. I'm gonna be like, okay, there's people there. Let me just go get a pizza box or something. Because again, like I said before, I feel like it's a representation of how genuine your relationship is with that person. I represent you. So one of the proper ways to represent you is to show hospitality to your guests, even though I'm not there originally.
I have sneezed, but I can't.
But that's all I'm saying. So
Whatever.
Ben, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the last topic
Relax.
of the night. Is the world ending?
Close.
Now we seen meteors, we seen shooting stars, we seen moving things. Now I have a conspiracy theory that ties into religion, which I'm gonna tell you guys. I want to hear Nate's take on it, then yours, and then Ben's. What do you think is going on with these meteors, these weird flying objects, these weird shooting lights that disappear and move from point to point? What do you think's going on?
I would be dumb to be naive and just not think about this in general. I agreed with Ben's previous statement about, you know what? It's in the Lord's hands. I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of dying. I mean, who isn't? But you know what? I have to accept.
I'm not scared of death.
It's accepting.
How could I be scared of something that's inevitable?
I think
You're
it's
scared about how you're gonna die, not dying itself.
yeah. It's gonna be painful. I hope it's not painful.
It's always gonna be painful. It is. I'm sorry. You do not get to
even
leave this.
if it's the most peaceful you could possibly imagine, it's still gonna hurt.
Yeah, you die in your sleep. You die from a massive heart attack. There's gonna be an ounce of pain. Like people think that you can just die in your sleep. No, you came in pain. You're leaving in pain. That's just how
we
it
didn't
is.
remember coming into this world.
Unless you're on a slow morphine drip and what. What about you, G? What do you think of all these rare lightning and meteors and all that? Do you think that we're at the end of times and it's biblical? Like, what do you think
I
is going
think
on?
we are close to getting a visit. We probably have been visited, but since a couple years ago, they started making it more publicly. I guess they started making it more publicly because we're getting close to something. Uh, am I scared of it? Kind of, because I don't want something like A Quiet Place to happen.
Dude,
I never seen that.
Those movies are great.
Actually, the movie is really good. I'm not even gonna lie.
What's it about?
The Quiet Place.
It's about maybe an alien, an
No,
extraterrestrial thing that is very sensitive to noise.
Yeah.
So you gotta be very quiet. So basically, the whole movie is like sign language and stuff like
Is
that.
it those little bat things that eat people?
I don't know if it's about a bad thing, but it's basically an apocalyptic world. Everybody. I like Ray had said, this alien creature that can't see and it can only hear. Its hearing is phenomenal, and so that's literally the movie, A Quiet Place. So the movie basically stars a family. One of the children is deaf, and so the entire family knows sign language. Convenient throughout the movie. I think early on in the first few scenes, the youngest, I believe, dies because he was playing with a toy that made a sound. The Also spoilers, as for the beginning of the movie. I'm so sorry. A spoiler alerts. So, anyways, the kid gets the toy, and the dad's takes the battery out, and then the kid's a little sad. The daughter, she's the one that's deaf. They leave, and they're trying to move on to a different place. She can't hear it, and so she feels bad for her brother. So she gives it back the battery or the toy or whatever.
So she murdered him.
And so she feels really bad. Let me tell you,
she deserves to feel bad.
She had no idea, and so. You have one of the two main actors is I forgot the
John
actor's name,
Krasinski
from The Office.
And his wife.
They're actually married. That was crazy. I love that they did movie together. The look on his face when he saw his son get attacked by that creature, he couldn't scream and cry. I mean, it was phenomenal acting. And mind you, his wife was pregnant in the movie, so childbirth.
After the
It was the
baby, the
second-
kid died, they decided to have another kid.
Okay.
Yes, they did decide to have a guy. No, I don't. This is
Okay.
amazing. And it was.
But it's a scary.
It's a scary show. Everybody has to live a world of just quietness. If they make a noise, this creature will hear you and will come after you.
Have you ever watched any of the Cloverfield movies?
No.
Because it's very similar. Very
Okay.
similar.
So Ben, what do you think about all these sightings, Doug?
I just think that the government thinks that it's okay for right now because it falls in line with what they need to happen. You know, because this stuff it's been happening, you know, well before that. It's now showing up.
Might as well get some
So
fun in.
it's just convenient.
Okay.
Scratch off our
you
bucket
know,
list, guys.
I will say this, and I know I made my mom saying this because I say, how do you know God's not an alien? Me, I believe in God. We're made in his image. He created the world. Definition of an alien is not from one's place. So the way I look at it, I think God's an alien. Now, that being said, here's my whole conspiracy about everything, and I might be wrong. They say that we're in the end of times and revelations happen. The rivers of Euphrates is drying up, and this is where the 4 apocalypse horsemen were sent down. And when they're released, they're going to wipe out 1/3 of the world. So what about if all these asteroids and weird phenomenons happening are actually angels being sent by God to get here to prepare for the war that's about to take place so they can defend us? That's just my whole conspiracy. Not to go too crazy into it.
I
But-
raised my hand first.
Okay. There we go.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna die, I need help making a good joke because if I'm gonna die in front of an alien, I want to be funny.
They're gonna eat your face, baby.
Hold on. Your dumbass wants to be funny.
Hey, go out with a purpose, right? Go out with a bang.
What about if they don't speak English, woman?
It's
Bro,
not about them. It's
I
about
feel
me.
like, bro, then you have to do the.
What are you gonna do? Smack yourself and say, "Should have had a
trick in the
V8?"
book.
What? What? Ben? What'd you say,
No,
Ben?
you just, bro, do the oldest trick in the book. What's that? And if they turn around and they fucking kill you because they're pissed, whatever, you still won.
Okay, let me ask you this. Real shit. There's an apocalypse going on.
Okay.
We're basically like, I feel like it would be funny because as a black person, aliens would be like, "Yo, we're only gonna go after white people." I would be dying of laughter. Like straight up. I'm like, "Yo,
It's your turn now.
good luck," you know.
Hey, that's not
Yo,
cool.
yo,
That's not cool.
listen.
That's not okay.
Man, shut up.
Okay to say that.
Listen, all
No,
I'm saying,
no.
And Ben's like,
You
that's
see,
not okay.
You're
to say that."
feeding the issue. If it's not
what
okay,
issue?
imagine if
We're having
imagine
fun.
if a white person, a white person, let's say Nat or Ray, came up and said, "You know, it'd be hilarious if a bunch of aliens came and said we're only hunting down black people." I'd be like, "Oh, y'all niggas fuck." Would that still be funny?
No.
Yes.
It's
I'll
not
be
Because
okay.
it's
like,
actually
"Y'all
happened.
racist."
Like, I would
help.
How am I gonna take that personal?
Wait,
you know how
but-
many movies there are there's like that?
But this is very confusing
Like-
because, like, okay, you and Ben clearly you're black. Me and Lewis clearly we have white skin. Ray, on the other hand,
I'm a mulatto.
Clearly,
he's very clearly.
He's on the spectrum.
That is, yeah.
He just needs to stay out in the sun for a little bit. And
No,
he'll be
like-
all right.
that because his mom is like a
You're a
slightly
piece of
little
shit,
darker than
you know
him.
that?
Very, and it's just that's the thing with Hispanics. It's like your parents and then your grandparents. They're all a different
Shade.
shade of caramel, dark, light. What do you
All I'm
check off on the
saying
box? You check
is-
off white, Pacific Islander. What do you check off?
All
the
I'm
above.
saying is,
All of the
Yeah.
above.
if it's
Right, hold on.
okay,
Let me ask you guys this seriously. If there was an apocalypse, are you trying to survive? Would you want to actually
I would
survive?
try to survive.
You would try to survive?
Yes.
You're out your fucking mind.
Damn, now I gotta.
Would you
survive.
try to survive?
No.
I got to
Ben,
now.
you would-
hell no.
Ben, you would-
Hell no.
What,
Bro.
So what about Ray would try to survive, Ben wouldn't. Would you?
Well, yeah, I have to now.
Yeah.
Because if he's surviving, then I gotta survive.
What the
Let me
fuck?
say my reason.
Who
else is gonna
hold on,
annoy
let me say my
him?
reason. Check this out.
He's not here. Oh, what do you mean?
So,
Huh.
here's the thing.
I'll
I
do
would
someone.
fight. I will fight for as long as I need to,
There you
but I
go.
wouldn't try to preserve my life.
You're
Think
an
that makes
idiot.
sense.
I
You're
mean,
an idiot.
our
I mean, if
instincts
there's
are
a
gonna
time
come in.
when there's a time to go,
No,
I'll
like,
go
listen,
happily
listen,
without
I'm
trying.
not gonna try and survive. Like literally, I'm going to actively seek death, but not in a suicidal way.
They
Right?
George like I play hide and seek. If they catch me, they win. While I'm hiding, I'll
Yeah,
have fun with it.
You gotta have fun. If you're gonna die, I might as well have fun with it. Like, you know what? I'll try to survive as long as I think of a good joke.
You know what?
Even if it's a zombie
really-
apocalypse, I'll be
I
like,
can
the
see-
zombies. You think this is
You
funny?
know, no, I'm
And
sorry.
then the little
I gotta be
thing.
real. I can see Nate in the last of days get caught by whatever force is out there, and she's gonna have boogers coming out her nose, begging like, "Oh, one day." Like that's gonna be her. Listen. I am not trying to survive any apocalypse. I don't want to rebuild the world. Okay, one, I like AC. Okay, I like comfortability. 3, I'm accident prone. You want me to survive in an apocalyptic world where there's no more hospitals? I'm gonna get gangrene.
We need
and-
mechanics though.
for what?
To fix stuff.
To fix things.
Well,
You fix stuff.
I do fix things, and you are up the creek without a paddle. I just like if it was a Walking Dead. You think I want to be around some damn zombies? You think I want to live like that? No. How's it gonna be fun? It would be misery. You can't even get hot water.
That is some clown hour shit to say. I won't lie to you, bro.
How? What? You're gonna survive? What? You're gonna
No,
be
no,
GI Joe?
I mean to say that a zombie apocalypse would be fun, bro. That is some clown hour shit to say. Not gonna lie.
I would love to be in apocalypse and have been in my group.
You are.
No, because I will shoot him.
Don't shoot
Look,
him.
I'm gonna be for real. Want to know why the apocalypse would not be fun? Specifically, someone like you, Nat. Would you like to know why?
Why?
Because you will be fucking currency. That's why.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
You shit.
No, I'm being for real.
Damn.
You're currency.
But like in what way? I mean, I have a few ways, but I want you.
In what way?
What
What do you
woman.
mean? What? You're a woman. Rain needs water. Take my girl.
What
Your
kind of
currency.
I want him to list the reasons. I know, but I want him to list it.
Bro, you pussy will be an invaluable resource in the apocalypse. All right. This is being for real. Let's just be for real. All right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in the movies and the TV show, you got the women and they're capable too. They can kill zombies or whatever. They're badass. They can kick ass. That one chick in the Walking Dead with the katana. And she had the 2 zombies of the people that fucking fucked with her before, right?
Shown.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But be for real. Niggas like Negan are gonna be everywhere. They're not gonna be just one guy. No, literally every person you meet will be a fucking Negan. They'll just kill you just because you have a nice coat. You're dead. Oh, you have a woman. You're dead.
He has sneakers. Get him.
Get it.
Like, bro, think about it. Think about the human nature realistically, bro. Like, it's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be terrible. You're not gonna want to live through that. Dude. You won't be able to trust anybody.
Bro, Dejor,
Like,
I love
these are
Dejor's comment. Dejor said, "Love how Nate said she'd love to be in a group with Ben." Then he says, "He'd sell Nate to live."
Let me ask you
Oh,
something, Ray.
thanks a lot,
but-
I gotta be the devil's advocate, Ray.
I'm not saying that. Hold on. I'm not saying that I would sell Nat. If you were in my group, ride or die, right? Because we need each other. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, realistically,
I know.
if some shit went down, right? And they were like, it was like this. Some shit went down. We all got captured. They're not gonna go, oh, what do you got for us? Can you get us like gasoline or whatever? No, they're gonna go, hey, look, we're going to fuck this one, and then we're gonna let you go. If you say no, we'll kill you anyway, right? And then let's say, right, we're all like, all right, no, fuck you. We're gonna fight. All right, we all get brutalized and we're killed. You're the only one left alive. They do what they do and they kill you anyway, right? That's what I'm saying. We get captured by the wrong group, we're done, right?
I have a solution.
I'm telling you.
I dress like a boy. I dress
Oh
like a
my
boy.
God. You know what, Ray? You know I gotta put you on Front Street, dog. Apocalypse, right?
Wow.
Look at your girl right now.
He's gonna get this is a solution. You get ripped, strong.
There's something called guns.
Strong.
Like, yo, look
you
at your
turn
girl
into
right
the
now, right?
Terminator. That's my solution.
And you guys are scavenging for food. And the scenario comes up. You meet this group, and they tell you we're gonna take her, you can either join us or you could die. Do you die fighting or do you let them take her?
I'll die fighting.
My man.
Oh, how
Now,
cute!
Nate,
How adorable! He
I
was
gotta
like
ask
fighting for
you.
his girl. Oh my gosh!
I gotta
All right,
ask
let's
you.
ask Nat. Nat, they're gonna
Shit.
kill Ray.
I'm
gonna kill
so
Ray. They're gonna
sick
put-
of that
They're gonna put
shit.
things in his butt. What are you doing? You're fighting for him, or you're gonna go with them?
Don't let
I'm gonna
them
be
put
like,
things
hold
in my
up.
butt.
Because the only person who could put stuff up his butt is me. So knowing how you're putting
Pause. Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't even use the word pause.
I'm really
What
mad.
the hell? How are you not gonna say anything?
I'm
Boy,
really
you
mad.
better defend
Let
yourself.
me Jason, let me finish. Because if I have intruders coming up to my face and be like, threatening me like, oh, we're gonna take your man, we're gonna put stuff in his butt. The only thing I'm gonna get off on, I'll be like,
I'll beat you to
first
it.
of all, you're not putting anything up his butt because you know who's putting up stuff in his butt is me. So
Not that
fucking
she's
try
done it.
me. No, yeah, I'm just saying. Because I'll be like, no, you're not gonna be the first.
So you gonna take your man's virginity?
And then their
Instead of saving
reactions
your
are gonna be
man's
like
life.
yours. They're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna cause a distraction while our group kills them.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
And then boom, I saved his life.
I seen a video on this, right? Where it's like a dude breaks into a dude's house and it's this girl and this guy. He's like, "You don't want to die, please don't kill us." He's like, "Yeah, I just got out of prison, yo. Been a long time." So dude's like, "Yo, my girl will suck you up, no problem, bro. She gonna take care of us." Da, da, da. And she's like, "How you gonna tell me?" He's like, "You gonna really let us die? When you can just basically take care of this dude?" He's like, "No, I don't think you hear me. I need some strong jaw." And then she's like, "You gonna let us die?" He's like, "No, y'all ain't doing that, yo. I'm dying, yo. I'm dying." You seen that video?
I think I probably once. It sounds familiar.
She dying? Are you guys dying or are you keeping her alive?
Maybe I gotta keep you alive.
Yo, I feel bad for whoever partners up with me because they're dead. Like, yo, there ain't no way. Listen, I don't care how much I love you. We gonna die together. Shoot her first, though.
Oh my god, Jason. You're so
Hey,
funny.
listen, at least I know you love her. But when I saw that skit, I was like, damn, that's a tough one, dog. Not really, because I just can't do it. Ben, what are you doing?
I mean, if you love someone,
Love has many different meanings and different ways. If you had, say you with your chick, right? And
Yeah.
the dude breaks in and he's like, yo, the only way out of this is somebody's gonna have to pleasure me. And you
Hey,
think he's
look,
talking
it
about your
goes
girl,
like
but
this-
he
it
wants
goes
you
like
to
this,
do it.
bro.
Are you
It
doing
goes
it?
like this, bro.
Are you doing it to save your girl's life, or are you both dying?
Here's the thing. She's already. As soon as he says that, she's already not my girl. Want to know why? Would you like to know why?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Because it goes like this.
How's she
Hey,
not your
it goes
girl
like
right there, dog?
I'm gonna take it. Listen. I'm gonna take it in the butt, right? I'm gonna save her life, right? You ain't gonna stay with me. Be for real. You're not gonna stay with me.
Yeah.
damn, babe, is that for real?
Wait, I'm
Yeah, hold on.
Wait,
I
I'm
didn't even
confused.
say take it in the butt too. Like, yo, I get what he's saying because once he does that, she's not gonna look at him as a man anymore. So she's gonna be opt
That's it.
out.
No.
You're telling me.
That's the case, babe.
What? No. Bro, because okay, we're in a situation where it's life and death. We're under the impression where, oh my god, I have to suck his dick to stay alive because if not, he's gonna kill us. But then he's like, no, switcheroo, I want him to suck my dick. And then we're like, oh my god. And he does it because we both don't want to die. I'm not gonna see him any less. That's such a stupid thing to think of because it's like
I respect you. I respect you for saying the perfect thing, right? For saying the idealistic thing, right? I want you to know that I truly do respect you.
don't get me wrong. I'll be like, damn, that was traumatizing and that was weird. But I'm not gonna think of him as any less than a man.
Let me finish, because again, I respect you. Let's be for real. All right, I don't want to have to put you to the test on that. All right.
Yeah.
What?
Let's just pretend that you're telling the truth. All right.
Oh,
So let's be for real, bro. All right. After you win this raid, throat that shit like the throat goat. And he's slobbing on it, spitting on it. Oh, he's polishing that bitch. right? You gonna look at him and be like, damn, I've never wanted to kiss you more in my life than I do right now. Watching you polish that nigga off to save my life, damn baby, you the one I want to be with.
No, because
right?
I'm gonna be
And you're gonna have to-
traumatized.
bro, listen, you're gonna have to tell that story to everyone else because they're gonna ask you what happened with the home intruder.
What the fuck? I'm not. I'm gonna
Right?
lie. Nobody needs to know.
Okay,
I know he wouldn't want
believe
people
you.
knowing.
Listen,
I
I'm just gonna be 100. I'm dying. There's no. Shit. Listen, I'm dying. I know that sounds bad. You say I'm selfish. I'm dying.
I mean, we'll definitely need therapy after that. You know, like
There's not enough therapy in the world to help me with that. Here's the thing.
I'll probably like
There'll be
what's
so
that
much
called?
resentment towards you. I would look at you and
Resentment?
hell yeah, I'm like, what's I did for this bitch? Look at her. She probably thinks I'm weak. Stupid ass.
Oh,
Like
him. Oh, you mean on his side?
yeah, like he might kill you. Like, what did I do? Look at her. I saved her life. It cost me everything. That's not worth it. I'm sorry.
You don't know how I feel like it would go.
I respect your decision. But humbly, you're dead. That's it. We're both
Hey,
gonna die.
Now I believe you. You are the perfect partner. I wish I had a girl like you, bro. Honestly,
Bro, it's just
You know-
it's
you know
traumatizing.
exactly what to say.
No, but that's the thing. Like I'm saying it's it'll be traumatizing. I'll be like, oh my god, I can't
But
believe
for
I'm
who?
with you guys.
How's it traumatizing
For both of us.
It's traumatizing for him. He has to do it.
Oh my
It's,
God,
but it's
they do it
traumatizing
so
because we're
hard
both in a
watching
life
you
and
suck
death
that dick.
situation.
I won't be normal. I won't be the same.
Obviously more for
Baby,
him,
I'm
but
so
like for
sorry
me,
you had
it's
to
like
throw
I
that
can't believe I
fat
have to
cock.
witness this. I know I can't even imagine how like this is for him. Like you know, like
Yeah. Oh, icky. That's so icky. It's so gross. Oh, I can't believe my baby has to throat that shit. Oh, baby, I'll be with you for the entire time. Give me a kiss on that mouth. I just throw to the stranger's cock. Oh,
I'm not gonna kiss
baby.
him.
Yo, Ben, like, why
Huh?
are
In
you
that
going so
moment.
deep
Tastes
with
like
this,
fish.
dog?
Now you're
Yo,
being over dramatic.
For real, dog.
my
Ben,
God.
Ben making this cinematic.
So it's not going to be dramatic when you witness your man sucking an ex-convict's cock that just broke into your fucking house, threatening to kill you both if he doesn't get the top.
I
That's
think
not gonna be
dramatic is
It's gonna be funny, right?
I think dramatic is more of a not the right word.
Traumatizing.
Dramatic's not the right word. What is drama? Can someone Google drama for me?
What?
Aren't you on the computer?
Yeah, bro, you Google it. What the fuck?
All I'm
No,
saying,
so
I'm
I'm
even
assuming that
sorry
takes
I
my
asked this
active memory.
question. God damn.
Ben is deep into the scenario. He might actually want to do this.
I mean, I did get you that shirt for a reason. You know,
Like, be for real. Be for real. Hold on. Let me look up drama. Let me look
okay,
up.
Ben, let me ask you something. You ever taken one for the team?
What do you
No
mean?
way.
A grenade?
Yeah.
Nah. Me and my boys don't get down like that.
Have you ever taken one?
No.
Like you're a group of guy friends and you got sick with the ugly one.
Like, you don't have
No.
to sleep with them. You just gotta entertain them.
Now my
No,
group of
yeah, we
friends,
don't
they're
we
pretty
don't
ugly.
get down like that.
Pretty good. Yeah, I've done my fair share of taking one for the team, bro.
Oh yeah, you tell us this countless times.
Yeah, but there's so many stories of me trying to. I'm a good homie, yo. I'm good homie because I always make sure my boy secures the bag. But damn, man, I feel like
De jure. Yo, he said Jason likes to take one for the team. And you know what I thought? In that scenario, Jason,
You
would
would have
take
taken
one for the team.
Enough said. That's it. We're out. There's one.
What
does that say?
Well, no, we actually do gotta close out, but in my defense, nah, that's not taking one for the team. That's a suicide call. But make sure, guys, if this is your first time checking in, man, you hit that subscribe button, man. We thank y'all for coming in.
More shenanigans
Yo,
next week.
Nate, let them know where they can find you, yo.
You can find me on my Instagram. It's my first name, Natalie, Natali. It's 2 I's, 2 E's _01.
Ray, where can they find you at, dog?
I have to look it up because I forgot my Instagram. But it's El King Ray 97 on Instagram.
All right, and Sir Zaniel, where can they find you at?
You already know what it is. First Daniel Ben on Instagram. Find me on YouTube, Benjamin the Slobberly. You can just look at You can look up arroba Sir Daniel Ben. No space.
Did you say slobber monster? I knew you were there.
Oh my god. And
Arroba.
Lewis, on the
Sir
one and the
Daniel
O's, man, where can they find you, cuz?
Nowhere.
Oh my god, you see what you
On
did,
this
Nate?
podcast.
It rubbed off on him. Y'all know where you can find me, yo. It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic. You can find me at Logic142. And make sure if you have any questions concerning, if you want to be part of this, yo, we accept guests to come on, man. Come talk your shit with us.
DM
Come
us
have-
on the 1424 Instagram.
Podcast.
Let us know you want to, call in, like, Ben's calling in, and we can
Exactly.
talk some shenanigans. Preferably do a game night, and like one of those.
We
game
deal with
questions.
real people. We are not here trying to, deal with celebrities. We want to talk to y'all, our viewers. We want to know what y'all going through.
Yeah.
But on that note, this is one thing for sure. Two things for certain. Holla at your boy, yo.
Woo! Yeah, calling guys. Yeah.
Yes,
woo.
Zersky.
Yay.